We got the new tires on. We got new leaf springs, or I'm sorry, bearings repacked. And to address some of the rub on the inside, part of how we did that was we've gone to a load range D tire. So we've got a larger tire now. Well, not a larger, but a little thicker. And Forest River on this model, the Salem Cruise Light, went extremely light. Gross vehicle weight is 7705 on 3,500 pound axles. So eventually I'm going to replace the axles to a larger axle. But in the meantime, to address some of this, we are going from the 4-leaf spring that I had, that I just replaced back in August before we left in September on the coast, to a 5-leaf spring because these 4-leafers are flattening already. And that is simply because there's just too much weight for the axles and the specs that they put in this RV. So that's what we're doing. Already done the other side. Did get a little bit of extra clearance, so enough extra clearance and I don't think it's going to rub at all. So right now we're racing the dark. Now, I buried the jack on the other side, so we're going to put something under it this time. Try to keep it from sinking as much. Even though these leaf springs are virtually brand new, although they've gotten some rust and stuff on them because we went through some snow and stuff, they're flattening already. So that's the remedy. Fun doing this in the dark now, huh? Fortunately, this is the last one. Need to get me an angle impact. It'd definitely help with this. Now, ideally, when you're doing leaf springs, you want to replace your U-bolts, but these were just replaced a couple months ago, so we're reusing. Okay, now I'm awake. Now I can speak. Thanksgiving's over. Got that done. Time with family yesterday. Spent a ton of money since we've been up here. Moochdocking is a great thing. We're at family property. We're at my parents' property. So, of course, I've been staying home because I like my own bed. The kids have been up in the house with their nana and granddaddy, but we're doing a lot of work on the camper. You know, we found the front tires on the truck were cupping because I, in my infinite wisdom, went with an XL tire a while back and not a true tire designed for towing. So they were cupping on the inside on the front. So we put on new Cooper Stronghold Discover Load Range E tire, so a much heavier tire on the truck. We discovered that the camper tires were rubbing on the inside because Forest River, in their lack of wisdom and desire to save money, wanted to do the bare minimum, like most RV OEMs now do. So we went, when we put tires in leaf springs on last time, we went with what was spec. And the Load Range C tire is just not enough. This is already gross weight on this camper 7705 with tandem 3,500 pound axles, meaning there's 705 pounds that Forest River assumes is going to go to the tongue. It's not always the case, especially if you're traveling full time like we are with water and different things. So now we've gone to a Load Range D tire, and we've upgraded to 5-leaf springs instead of the spec 4-leaf 1750 springs for 3,500 pound axle. We've gone with 5-leaf 3,000 pound springs. So we've gained about 2 inches of lift. We're clear now from that rubbing. So hopefully that's going to take care of things. Got the new windshield put in the truck because we got a rock chip on it, and when it got cold it spread all the way across, so we had to do that. What else? Oh, we had EVAP leak on the truck, so had to have that smoke tested. Had 3 different sensors had to be replaced. So plus side is now I can remote start my truck when it's cold like it is up here right now. I'm ready to go to Florida. But when they redid the tires, I think they might have broken a tire sensor because my front driver's side sensor doesn't work. So now we're about to take it back to the shop. So let's do that. Age-old question here. Do you do sock, shoe, shoe? Or do you sock, shoe, sock, shoe? Me? I got kids. So sock, shoe, shoe. That way if I got to jump up and run off chasing one of them, I'm not lopsided. Hopefully. Old age will get you though. And we've been cleaning out the camper while we're here. Doing some deep cleaning. Getting stuff out that we've collected over the last year. We got all our what the Knoxville and got all our storage. Moved it all to closer to family now. So we got a storage unit closer here. So got all the stuff we're getting to move in there. And we got more to put in. Like all of this stuff piled up. And the box over there and monitor over there. So fun times. But let's get at it. It's cold out here. Frost on the ground. Woof, woof. Well, so we're at the shop and they just came in and told us that they're having to replace the tire sensor now, which I knew was going to be. So now they're having to take the new tire off the wheel and put a new sensor in and remount everything. But not exactly how I had planned to spend the majority of my day on Black Friday. But you know what? As much money as I put in the truck and trailer the last few days, I want it right. Because come Sunday, we're headed to Florida to some warmer weather. And Florida, as Jacob says. So, it needs to be a little warmer. I'm just getting antsy and waiting. Look at this. Both of them. Just sitting over there on the phones. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm actually hungry, though. I think I need to go find some food. So, we'll do that. Well, we went and got some lunch next door and came back and found out that the tire sensor they put in wasn't reading. So now we're waiting on another tire sensor to show up so they can put it in, and hopefully that works. Because I'm tired of sitting here and other stuff I need to get taken care of before we can head out to Florida on Saturday. So, and then I got Mr. Wiggle Worm over here beside me, like a worm in hot ashes. Can't sit still or stop talking about football. Matter of fact, I see a remote over here. We're going to change this TV to some football. So yeah. So we're still waiting at the dealership because the second sensor didn't work. So now they're having to go like an hour out and back each way to get a new sensor. And I walked back in to the waiting room and I see this. Here's a better view. Look at this. She's laid out on the sofa and he's patting her. This is what I deal with. This is the comicalness of the sibling love. He loves her so much, he's holding her down so she can't go anywhere and rubbing her head. He loves her. This is going to be so long. We're bored, tired of waiting in the waiting room, so we're walking across to Walmart and gonna fight all the Black Friday stuff if my child doesn't get himself run over back here. So we're gonna fight all this crowd. Although it doesn't look that bad anymore. It was really crabby earlier. The whole parking lot was filled up when we came in, but that was several hours ago this morning since we've been waiting at the dealership. Not bad now, look at it.
Watch us go in there and the whole store's out of stock.
Check it out. I pull this off. I think I can pull this off. Put your drink right there.
You think you're slick, huh?
What?
You think you're slick, huh? Huh?
What?
This guy thinks he's slick.
I finally got out of the dealership, got the new tire sensor, got it working properly. Somebody wants to say hi over here. Now, moved up the road to Valvoline and getting the oil changed. So hopefully that is the final thing that this thing needs. Everything will be good to go and we're ready to head Florida bound come Sunday. Get out of here and we drop off some trash and head home. Well, great thing, another great thing, there's a bunch of great things about moochdocking on family property is laundry is a whole lot easier. Just walk up to the house and take care of the laundry. No laundromat needed. I do bring treats though, so fun times. Ran a propane tank dry. Got to get that before we get back on the road tomorrow, headed to Florida. And even though we're not going to need it because it's nice and warm and cozy down in Florida, but we're going to go with full tanks just in case. So waiting on somebody to come out for that. And somebody asked me a day or two ago, so do you ever have anything that you wear besides Life is Good? Do you even own anything? Yes, I do, but not much because Life is Good. And I partnered with them about 5 years ago. Great clothes, Life is Good. All right, getting air in the airbags, getting the tires aired up properly, the proper PSI. So we want the Road Range E. I don't need to be running 40, 45 PSI towing this thing. You need to be up closer to 70. So we're getting those all set up, getting everything ready to go for tomorrow. I got this little Ryobi inflator here. Home Depot had it on their Black Friday sales for $19 for the tool only, which I have a ton of Ryobi batteries now with all of my tools. So we're testing this thing out with these tires now. They were all at 45 going up to 70, and I've got a 4 amp hour battery on it that was not completely charged, but it's almost brought the second rear tire up to 70. So we're going to see how far it goes. We're going to bring the front ones up to 60, see how far it goes, see what it'll do for a $19 air pump. So I'll let you know. The Ryobi 4 amp hour batteries, it brought the 2 back tires from 44, 45 PSI to 70 PSI, and 1 front tire brought it from 44.5 to 54.5 before the battery died on a 4 amp hour that I had in my bag. I mean, it was fully charged, but it's had a little parasitic loss to it. So I had hoped it would do a little bit better, but still not bad for a $19 air pump. It'd be a good push up for things like this, for getting air in and out of tires. And then my smaller little brick air pump that I have for the airbags and such will fill up. But right now I've got 2 4 amp hour batteries, 2 amp hour and 1.5 amp hour. So as long as I keep them charged, this thing's going to do great for 19 bucks. So Ryobi air pump. All right, so I think we've got everything taken care of. The stuff with the storage, it needs to go to storage. It's raining tonight. I'm going to cross our fingers. Hopefully the rain moves out before in the morning, because in the morning we are on the road to Florida. So I'm going to sit here and we're going to get this video wrapped up. We're going to get it out to you so you can see what process we've been in all of this last week with all these repairs. And looks like there's potentially some more on the horizon that I've discovered. More camper work. So stay tuned so you can see what else we've got going on. But until then, we'll see you in Florida.